So here are some things that I wish I knew before I moved to Stockholm. One is housing in Stockholm. Like a crisis going on right now. So it's really hard to find a decent rent price in central Stockholm. There's different types of contracts. There's a thing called first-hand contracts, which basically Swedes have been in these queues for literally like 40 or 50 years. I've heard stories of people's grandparents being in the queues for like 60 years, and then they've passed that queue time down to their granddaughter or grandson. So the best way to find apartments is to go onto sites like Blocket, Casa, Facebook groups. Actually, Facebook was how I found my first apartment when I moved here, but you have to be really quick. The thing is, you don't need to start looking for an apartment 1 to 2 months before you plan to move, because the market is like very fast here. Number 2 is you should be prepared to devote a lot of time and energy into infiltrating and integrating into Swedish friendship groups. And I don't mean this in terms of like befriending individual Swedes. I mean in terms of Swedes stick with people, i.e. other Swedes, that they have been friends with since they were like 3. I'm not even kidding. They stick with those friendship groups. So it can be really hard to break into those circles unless, this is a hack, if you get a Swedish girlfriend or Swedish boyfriend, that can be one hack. My German boyfriend is obviously German, so I've had to go the other route of essentially infiltrating, and it's like a full-time mission. But you get there in the end, but it does require like a lot of perseverance is what I'll say. So just be prepared. As soon as your feet touch the ground, you want to run to Skatteverket and to the bank. And this is because you basically can't really live like a normal human being in this country without having a personal number. When I was a student, for whatever reason, we weren't able to get them. It basically made my life hell, because you need to have bank ID for everything. Like even things that you wouldn't think that you need bank ID for, you need it for like the gym, I think, to set up an account. So make sure that you set up your personal number ASAP Rocky. This is like a nice one. Fika will basically become your bread and butter of everyday life.